Okay, so here are my WrestleMania 42 predictions for every single match. So let's get into it. Okay, so up first we have the match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. So first of all, I just want to say that this has a chance to be a really good match. I think that they're going to get a lot of time and they've told a good story so far. I think fans are invested, so I think this is going to be one of the best matches of WrestleMania weekend. I would not be surprised if this actually ends up being the best match. We'll wait and see on that, but I think it's going to be really good. As for the winner, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. I don't like to bet against Roman Reigns in these spots. He usually, based on his history, wins the kind of big time matchups, and I have no reason to believe otherwise. I think he's going to win this match. I think, unless there's like a plan for him to take like some time off WWE for some reason, like he's taking like a several month hiatus after this event, that's the only way I see him losing. But I think Roman's going to win here, and then maybe we see a rematch in a little bit. But yeah, I'm going with Roman Reigns as my prediction, and then we're going to see Roman as the champion for the next several months to the next year. Up next, we have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. So I don't think this is probably going to be one of the better matches of the weekend. Just from an in-ring standpoint, I say that because I think there's going to be more of a focus on outside interference and stuff with kind of Pat McAfee, Jelly Roll, and that type of stuff. I think there's going to be more outside interference than just kind of a Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton singles match. So that's why I don't think it's going to be one of the better matches on the card. I still think it should be really good, but I wouldn't say it would be the best match of the pay-per-view. As for the winner, I am going with Cody Rhodes winning to retain the title. My main reasoning is I feel like WWE's changed the Undisputed title a lot over the past several months. It's kind of swapped hands a bunch, so I feel like they're going to keep it on Cody for the next while. I also don't think we need a Randy Orton title reign at this age. I love Randy and he's done great work. I don't think we really need it. I think that's fine. I think this is kind of a good little feud, and then maybe even it goes into Backlash. But I don't see a title change happening here. So my prediction is Cody Rhodes defeats Randy Orton to retain the title. Up next, we have Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Baker. This is for the Women's World Championship. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan winning the belt here. I say that because I think there's lots of potential with Liv as the champion. What I mean by that is I think they can do potential programs with Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez or Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. One of them or both of them end up turning on Liv because they're jealous of her holding the championship. Seems like an easy storyline to build towards, and they kind of can do Liv Morgan versus Roxanne and then Liv Morgan versus Raquel at kind of bigger pay-per-view events, whatever they want to do. I think that there's lots of storyline there, and I think you can just go Liv against kind of anybody in the women's division other than Vacker now after this feud's over. So yeah, I think Liv Morgan wins here, and I just think that the only reason is because there's just so many opportunities with Liv as champion. I guess one of those two could cost Liv the championship match here, but I'm not going to predict that happens. I think that's maybe a later storyline after Liv is holding the championship for a while and they do more of like a jealousy storyline. So my prediction is Liv Morgan wins the title here. Up next, we have the match between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. This is for the WWE Women's Championship. So I actually think Undercover, this could end up being the best match of WrestleMania weekend. I just have a weird gut feeling that these two are just going to absolutely tear down the house. I don't think many people are talking about this as potentially the best match of WrestleMania, but I have a weird gut feeling that this could be the match that everyone talks about. I just think Rhea Ripley's always the best in the world, in my opinion, one of the best of the world. And Jade Cargill is going to put on the best match of her career here, I think. So I'm predicting a really good match. For some reason, that's just what my gut's telling me. But as for the winner, this is a true 50-50 split. I could see Jade winning. I could see Rhea winning. I think WWE's super high on both of them, and I wouldn't be surprised at either direction. But I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley winning here. I don't know. I think they're just going to go with putting the belt on her and going and see what she can do on SmackDown as a champion. That's just my gut feeling, and I think, like I said, Jade could win, but I'm going with Rhea Ripley as my winner, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good match. Up next, we have the match between Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. So this is obviously going to be two heavyweights going at it. I don't expect this match to last very long. I think they're going to beat the crap out of one another, and then it's going to end probably under 10 minutes. That's just my gut feeling on that. I'm kind of split on this one because my gut says that Obafemi's going to win here. This is going to be huge for his career. And then I don't think Brock's sticking around long-term WWE, so it kind of makes sense for him to put over Obafemi, the new monster, and kind of give him the rub in terms of beating Brock Lesnar. Huge accolade to his name, and he's kind of going to go on to a new territory. But then on the other hand, WWE always feels like they make you feel like that's the right call with Brock, and then Brock ends up winning. So I'm kind of split on that, but my gut says that Oba gets the win. I'm not sold on Brock sticking around long term with WWE, so I'm gonna go with Oba Femi picking up the win and kind of putting him in a new stratosphere. Up next, we have the match between Gunther and Seth Rollins. So WWE has confirmed Gunther versus Seth Rollins for this event. It looks like they did this as kind of a last minute pivot after Braun Breaker got injured. It feels like they were building towards Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker at this event, but we're getting this instead. I'm actually pretty happy about it because I love Gunther and I love Seth Rollins. I'm excited to see them face off. Should be a really good match. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being one of the best in the entire weekend just because of how talented both guys are. Um, as for the winner, I'm definitely going with Gunther winning. I just think when Gunther's in a match, kind of like Roman Reigns, not as easy of a pick as Roman Reigns is, but like when Gunther's in a big time match, I usually pick him to win, which I think is a safe bet. But mix in the fact that Seth Rollins is feuding with kind of Braun Breaker, I could see Braun Breaker showing up costing Seth the match and then continuing their feud. They can kind of do that and protect Seth from taking the clean loss. Either way, I think that Gunther is going to pick up the win. I would expect some sort of outside shenanigans though, but we'll have to wait and see. But either way, Gunther is my pick to win. Okay, so up next we have Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. This is going to be an unsanctioned match between them. So I obviously with it being unsanctioned, this is going to be kind of a hard hitting and just maybe even a bloody match. Like they're going to kick the crap out of one another. Definitely expect to see both guys get some good shots in. As for the winner, I'm going with Jacob Fatu as my pick. This is another one that could go either way, but my gut says it'll be Jacob Fatu. I think Drew might need a bit of a reset, and I think he's kind of been in the top picture for a while, and they're kind of out of things to do with him now. So I feel like maybe this unsanctioned match is going to be a way to kind of write him off for a little bit. Maybe he gets like some sort of injury or kind of worked injury during this match and then keeps him out of action for a little bit and then he comes back strong with a little bit of a reinvigorated character or kind of a bit of a change, something different. But I just think Drew's gone a little bit stale, just in my opinion at least. So I think he's going to lose here and then he's going to come back with a vengeance in a few months. So my prediction for this match is Jacob Fatu picks up the win. Up next, we have the match between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. This is going to be a singles match. So I originally had Finn Balor winning here, and now with the Demon character returning, I'm even more sure of it. Like almost 100% certain here that Finn Balor is going to pick up the win. Demon Finn Balor, it would be kind of a surprise for them to bring back his kind of demon character just to have him lose. So yeah, I'm going with Finn Balor winning this match. Not going to think too much about it. Up next, we have the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. So it is going to be Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. So this should be an amazing match. I love ladder matches, especially at WrestleMania. There's just something about it. So I definitely think with the talent involved, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Expect some great moments. Expect somebody to do something crazy, especially with the high flyers in here. I'm definitely think this is going to be one of those kind of wow matches that were kind of left with like that was amazing type thing. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. As for my winner, I'm going with Javon Evans. I think WWE's super high on him, and I think that they're gonna give him a nice WrestleMania moment, just because I think this is just how high I think they are on him. They're gonna give him this kind of big moment, and then this is gonna continue to kind of build him up over the next year or two into kind of a main event level talent. So this is his first big match at WrestleMania, and I think he's going to get the win. So and that saves obviously Penta from taking a pin, and they can do the kind of Javon Evans versus Penta feud. They can do basically Javon Evans versus anyone on the roster, and it'll be good. So yeah, I'm going with Javon Evans as my winner, and I think this is going to be a really fun match. Up next, we have the match between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. So this is for the United States Championship. So I think this should be a really solid match. We know Sami is one of the top wrestlers in the company, or most people know that. And Trick Williams is new, but he's been very impressive so far. So I'm definitely thinking that this is going to be good, and they're going to really heavily showcase Trick and what he can do. I think WWE is super high on Trick. So just like I said about Javon Evans, I think that Trick Williams is going to pick up the win here. I think WWE is going to give Trick his moment as kind of a new person to the roster, and that a lot of main roster fans that only kind of watch the big pay-per-view events like WrestleMania don't know, and they're going to be seeing Trick for the first time. So I think my gut says that WWE is going to give him this win here, and Sammy is always kind of running around different storylines. So I don't know if the loss matters to him that much. So yeah, I'm going with Trick Williams winning the title here, and yeah. WWE has confirmed a fatal four-way tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championships at this event. It'll be Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus Nikki and Brie Bella. So this should be a fun match. I think that just from the process of elimination, I don't see the Bella Twins getting a tag team title reign right now. I don't see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria winning the belts, just my gut feeling on that. So really it's between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss winning, or if it's Nia Jax and Lash Legend retaining. My gut says that we're going to see Nia Jax and Lash Legend retain the titles here and win the match. I say that because I have a bunch of different title changes on this show, so I think that this is going to be one of those matches where we kind of see the champions retain. I think it's kind of a low stakes match, and I don't know, maybe they'll do some sort of thing where they tease some kind of tag team breakup between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and then maybe they do stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going with Nia and Lash Legend retaining their titles here as my pick. All right, so up next we have the match between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. This is for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So I'm gonna go with AJ Lee winning here. I think that there's still lots of potential feuds and matches that fans want to see for AJ Lee. She's been feuding with Becky Lynch for a while, so I think the play for WWE is going to be AJ Lee win here, officially move on to a new feud from Becky Lynch, and kind of start new feuds with various other talents on the roster. So, yeah, my prediction is AJ Lee retains the title here. Up next, I have the six-man tag team match. So it'll be Logan Paul, Austin Theory, I Show Speed versus Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and LA Knight. So this will be a six-man tag team match. Not expecting a ton from this match. I think there'll be some fun moments with I Show Speed and kind of showing what he can do. But yeah, I think this is going to be a quick kind of whenever they need a bit of a slower change of pace after one of the big matches. So not expecting a ton, but I'm going to predict the Usos and LA Knight will get the win here. I just think it's more of a baby faces get the win situation. Yeah, so Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and LA Knight are my prediction to win. Okay, so leave me a comment with your predictions. Would love to hear from you and would love to debate with you in the comments who you think is going to win each match. If you disagree with me on any specific prediction, let me know. Please subscribe to this channel. We do WWE predictions for every pay-per-view event from WWE. So yeah, subscribe to this channel if you like WWE predictions. And thanks a lot for watching.